All right, we are live. Hey, Josh. I already said hey. So you were a bit late today because you're wrestling with the pigs, playing with the pigs. Pigs
Yeah,
knocked something over.
yep, yep. Playing with pigs.
How is the pig farming going, man?
Pig farming is going great.
Really?
Yeah,
You love it?
I can't say that I love it, but it's they're are they're fulfilling their purpose.
Pigs have a way of doing that.
Yeah, yeah. They're doing their job. Everybody should and everything should have a job, and they're doing what I got.
Interesting you say that. Some topics: identity, personality, ego, soul, purpose, third eye. I made something about the energy centers. I'm happy to share with you. And also something new I'm launching, Living the Dream, and I'll share that with you as well. So those are some things on my purpose agenda list. Anything on your list?
Um, yeah, but we'll go on. I don't know if we need to talk about it right now. So you know.
I like to start with your questions whenever possible.
Okay. Well, I think we all get too focused on, you know, what does it take to we're on here, we want to be rich, we want to make money and this and that. What is rich for one? How much money would it take? What is the idea of living the best life? Is it money? Is it purpose? Is it time? You know, so one things I've been thinking about lately, we should not focus just on the money factor, on a dollar symbol, but I think it's very important that we set our lives up so that we live each day of our life uh, that we don't need a vacation from. You know, you do what you want to. You wake up when you want. You work. And you're living your life as though it's on vacation, so that when you do go on vacation, you're like, fuck, I kind of want to just go home and do my own thing. I don't need your 2 weeks, or your holidays that you say I can take a vacation from. So you set your life up. I don't know what dollar number that takes, and maybe it's a $0 number or it's a $5 million number, but I think it's really important if we can just start to set our life to live our life like we're on vacation every day.
I think that that would make the world a much more content, happy place. That is certainly my goal. And right now, ever since going full time metaphysics doctor and not doing sales full time anymore, my life has felt like literally a vacation. Like it feels too good to be true some days. And I'll tell you, like I'm called to really bring some stuff to the world that I didn't have the attention to do earlier, and now I'm able to. It's funny that you say that because there's so many people that have a passion about something. They really want. Maybe it's raising pigs. Maybe it's ping pong. Maybe it's crochet. Maybe it's cricket. Who knows? And they have such a big passion for it. And they know a lot about it. And they want to learn more about it. And they want to connect. They want to share it. But they don't do anything with it. They just go to their job, say they're in IT, or say they're have an office job. They just do it, and then they enjoy their weekends. Maybe talk about it, think about it, but they never get to feel alive with their work. I agree with you. Work and life are integrated. Like your
So,
work doesn't take away from your life. Your work and your life go together because you're living your life and sharing your work, being of service to others, but you're sharing what you love, what lights you up.
yeah, now so I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and he's trying really, really hard, and he's focusing a lot on on the big stuff. And so he's gotten so far into, wanting to coach people and have people and do all this. and have the big ideas and the big dream. Every time he's going for something, he's swinging for a home run every time he's up at bat. You know, so don't forget to take the base hit every now and then.
Oh
You know,
my god, dude, that was my sales job. Was a base hit. We have
yeah,
two. We had two viewers. Now we have one.
no,
Um, Viewers, we love having you. Feel free to type any question you have in the chat. We'll be happy to answer them. We're talking about purpose, identity, truth, true freedom. I'm going to show you something cool. I'm going to show you something that I am launching, and it's something that is very aggressive. Do you feel called to feel better and have more? Abundancing, law of attraction plus soul slow. Listen to this. Soul flowpreneur system. Yes, I made that word up. It's the soul flow, but it's actually doing a business that comes from your soul. The soul flowpreneur pathway. Made a little video about it. You see that $100 bills right there, a little abundance dancing. And I'm going to teach people, one, to figure out a job that aligns with their soul. Second, to actually make money doing it with organic or paid marketing, lead nurture, with the sales process and the fulfillment. That way, people who are hungry to actually follow their purpose are able to do so. So I'll put the link in the description for anyone that wants to check this out, but it's a free 2-day workshop. I've already enrolled one person and I anticipate rolling even more. But this is my step that I've been working towards to help other spiritually conscious entrepreneurs that want to make money and impact, but do it in a way where they can not sell their soul or cast their soul aside, but instead they can actually be true to what they believe in the impact and the way they want to help people, but earn a living doing it. So super excited, super uncertain, super unsure because I've never done this before, but in having this time without doing the full-time sales job, I've been able to work on it, put it together, get the website. I'm super excited about the live workshop coming up next Wednesday and Thursday at noon. So that's me following my soul.
yeah, yeah, and getting to the point where you can live every day as you're on vacation.
Yeah, dude. I was like, this is my life now? Okay. I like all my appointments scheduled. I want to do. I had a great talk with this really great spiritual leader called Danielle Lynn, huge YouTube group. I was on a podcast yesterday for Supercharged Recovery for entrepreneurs and CEOs that have I like to say we've released our addictive traits. And I enrolled someone during a sales call yesterday, an enrollment call. And it was just like, wow, this is my life now. And I feel like it's going to keep getting better and better the more I live it.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I gotta like pinch myself because I work every day. I always work, but that's what I enjoy doing.
Right.
You know, so but then at the same time, I don't. You probably didn't know, but I went on another trip. I was in Wisconsin a couple days ago.
Now you told me.
Okay, yeah, and had a great time. So you know, yeah, just live every day so you can do what you want to do.
How much money does that take? I have an answer.
Okay.
Enough money where you never have to worry about money. And that's going to be different for every person.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. But I think you start living it now. You set your life up in a way that you're still making money and you're still achieving the big master goal, right? But on your way there, you still live your life to enjoy every day.
That's the key.
Yeah,
Joy.
Yeah, so you got the big goal, a 50-foot catamaran sailboat that you're gonna, take around the Caribbean and sail around the world on. That's a lot of money. But then that's cool and have that big goal, and then you set your life up day to day. That every day that you're saying, "Huh, I can get up today because I'm gonna do this, and I'm still gonna have a good day today. I don't need the big catamaran. I want it. It's there. I see it. It's in the future. I'm gonna achieve it." But I'm enjoying life today.
Why do they want the big boat?
Oh, I don't know. Don't we all want the big boat? Don't we all want the big house?
Why do we want it?
For me, it would be a freedom, not status, but for me personally, it would be freedom. Like, yeah, and then I'd probably still be on a podcast with you, enjoying it, and because I like to work. I enjoy what I do. I'm not forced to do anything, so I would do it.
I believe that humans will always desire and want something. The more their soul expands and their consciousness expands, the more things they'll desire and want. But everything we want is to feel something. Like we want the feeling that we think it's going to give us. So the boat, for example, maybe it's the feeling of being out in the ocean with your friends or with the big people. Maybe it's the feeling you think status will bring. Who knows? But we always want and desire something because we believe it's going to give us a feeling. But like you said, if you wake up and you are confident and certain that joy is on its way, you got that feeling already.
Correct.
So whether you get the boat or not, you're already winning the game of life.
Yeah. You know. Yeah. So live each day as you've already accomplished it, and you're going to be happy, but still with the big goal and desire in your heart and your mind.
Okay, let's take it to another route. You have millions, beautiful wife, beautiful house, kids going to college, none of them are on drugs. Everything seems like it's going pretty good. But you're still unfulfilled. You still feel this gap of emptiness. This happens a lot. We call it a midlife crisis, but it's really not. It's actually well, I have a very strong hypothesis for it, but I wanted to open it up for you because I'm sure you've come across people who seem to have it all on the outside, but aren't feeling so good on the inside.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just look at Facebook. How many people do you know where they post pictures every week about how great their life is, and then next thing you know, they're the ones going through the divorce. They're the ones being cheated on. They're the ones that are getting their houses repoed. So that's the facade that they're throwing out to the world. But almost it's like the more people that post that and shove it to the world and put it in everybody else's face, man, what are they missing a lot of times?
I can tell you, soul desire. We are all born with a soul desire. Call it your soul purpose. But the thing about purpose, it's to feel a certain way and to help others feel that certain way. There's no certain way you have to do it. You have certain interests and skills inherently, but we also have a soul desire, a soul purpose. So if we just became a banker and an investor and made a bunch of money and everything looked good on the outside, but we weren't following our soul desire, even though we sensed it, inevitably we're either going to get sick, we're going to feel miserable, there's going to be depression, anxiety, there's going to be a overall sense of lack of fulfillment and wanting more, and that's what everyone calls the midlife crisis, because at that point there's a disconnection from soul purpose, from soul desire. Even though it's in there, you just kept ignoring it. That won't make money. I've done this. I've gone for the thing that would make money instead of the thing that felt right. And sometimes you do the thing that makes money so you can get to the thing that feels right. But sometimes you do the thing that makes money and you keep doing it because it makes money, and you keep doing it because it makes money. And next thing you know, midlife crisis.
Yeah, and then what do you do when you make more money and you're sad? So then you go out and you buy a new car, and
And
then
you feel better for a little bit.
you make, yeah, and that helps for a minute, and then you're like, oh, I need a bigger house, and then oh, I need fancier clothes, and then oh, we got to go put $300 on the credit card for dinner because it's gonna make me feel good, instead of actually truly just being happy and saying, I'm happy eating McDonald's and watching a movie with you, babe.
I would recommend staying away from McDonald's.
Well, me too. I don't eat,
I
but
know
but
what you mean.
I'd be happy doing it. You know.
So, in my professional experience and current knowledge opinion, being aware of what I like to call the energetic field of our soul. They call it a morphic field in science now. I like to call it your soul energetic field. You can call it whatever you like, but it's there's a big school of thought, especially in quantum mechanics, that we're a bunch of cells, atoms, protons, electrons, quanta, vibrating at a very fast rate, and some slower than others. But there's an energetic field around us, which is the universal intelligence, the soul, that's telling all of these cells what to do. Now, that's why when you're an embryo, your cells, as they're being formed, know whether to become a toe, the liver, part of your head, part of your finger. Like they automatically know because of this energetic intelligence field. So this is an energetic field that's around us from the day we die, from the day we're born until the day we die, and it keeps going on. I believe this is what consciousness is, this is what soul is, and it's energy. And it's wired with our divine soul purpose and mission. But we
Yeah.
ignore it.
Well, I think maybe it's more complicated than that because I think your purpose, because we're not all the way in tune, so your purpose through life can change.
You know what it is because you desire it in your soul.
Yeah, and so your soul is like, hey, I'm on the wrong path.
Yes. I mean, that's why you feel miserable in your body.
Yeah, and so then that's your sign to say, I need to take the exit and then go on to this other one so that you can continue to grow.
Here's how it works. I'm in 100% alignment with you. The soul, the energetic field that is the soul, it connects with the heart. That's the main pathway. There's others, but that's the main one. And the heart gets this feeling and it shoots the message up to the mind. Now it's becoming a thought, and the mind expresses it through the body. Like the soul is non-physical. It can't express, it can't experience, it can't interact. It needs the human body and mind in order to do anything physical.
Yeah, and if you don't fill that with a good spirit, like a spirit you know like a good spirit showed you where you need to go, and you feel it, then if you don't feel it and start going down that path, inevitably, no matter what, then the bad one is going to kick in
Why do you think there's a good one and a bad one?
because there's good and bad in everything. There's night and day. You know what I mean? So if you don't fulfill and you don't follow that path, then that's where you have the midlife crisis because you've ignored it for 20 years, right? And now you're just going to do it.
What if the negative experiences, actions, thoughts, beliefs, patterns comes from our own mind, our own subconscious, our own ego? And it's not like, what if our soul, our spirit is all good? We just don't let it in.
Well, I mean, maybe, but I think I have a different view of the world than you. But I think there's evil and bad almost in all of us, and we have to choose which one we're going to follow. And it's, we have to make decisions every day, right and wrong, on what we're going to do. And so if you follow whichever path you follow, then the telomeres and shit in your brain, the the way that it's going to fire, it's then your life is going to go that way or that way. Does that make sense? Because that's the way it's going to fire off in your brain.
Yeah, but that's, well, real quick, telomeres are the ends of DNA. Don't The brain just has neurons and synapses, but
Okay.
I know what you meant.
Okay.
um, but that's still the mind making the decision what it's going to decide to do.
I think, but we also have from the creator, we have choice, freedom of choice,
Yes,
free will. So if we continue on listening to our soul, that's what we're talking about. If we can get to where we can listen to that, it's going to take us on that path. But then if we don't listen to it and then we take the other path, that's probably the bad one, and it's going to the neurons and all that shit. It's going to fire to continually take us down either road that we take, and even
100% agree.
consciously, that's where we're going to go. And then we have to make a conscious decision, especially if we're in a bad place. The hard decision, the conscious decision is like, oh, this is going to be hard, but it's going to work out in the end. And then have belief that that's what we're going to do.
Yep, I 100% agree. I When we are still, because it takes stillness, be still and know that I am God, and we can listen to what our soul's saying, because let's just say the soul is the telephone connection between God and us, creator and us, or maybe the soul, all the souls together make up God. I have a lot of theories on that. But the important part is we have this divine universal intelligence. We have access to it every day, any day. And we actually have access to it through many points. And soul flow, soul flow is flowing through life with your soul as your guide, with your soul as your guidance system. Not our ego, not our personality, and definitely not conformity of what the schools taught us, what everyone else taught us, but what feels good. Because when we're aligned with our soul, it feels good in our whole body. That's flow state.
Well, and then also, I think to grow, anytime we have growth, we have a strain. It's hard,
Yes.
and no matter what it is. So maybe let's not forget to get to that so flow and to get to prosperity and everything you want. You probably going to have to go through some hard times so that you are at a point to where you're supposed to go to, and that's your growth.
When the tadpole becomes a frog, it hurts it like hell. There's physical pain. When a baby comes out of a mama, there's physical pain. When a butterfly turns, it's physical, because it's a metamorphosis always requires discomfort.
There you go.
Always.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you.
So let's not just get stuck in the whirlpool and get sucked down in the bad shit. Like, oh, everything in the world, it's falling down on me and whatever. We need to continually take the other path and say, hey, this pain, this hurt, this slow growth period in my life is because I'm growing to be something bigger and better.
Because the soul is always looking to expand, express, and experience. So after our body and mind catches up, guess what? Soul's going to push us again. We're never done. We never get there, and we're never ever wrong. So we can't make, I mean, there's no wrong decisions. It's just contrast learning.
Well, that goes back to that point of like we're on a destiny trip or whatever. It's always pushing us to learn to get to that place where it wants us to be.
Expansion. His soul wants to expand.
Yeah. So if you screw up, it's fine because the path is still there.
Yeah, the soul doesn't feel like it's a screw up. It just feels like, okay, how about now? How about
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
I mean, because when we're not aligned with our soul, we have messengers called emotions. They're unpleasant that say, dude, how about you do the thing that's going to feel good? Joseph Campbell said it, man, follow your bliss. Follow your bliss. Do the thing that makes you feel good, that lights you up, because that's the thing that's going to align with your soul. That's the thing that's going to impact others. That's the thing that's going to make it so every day feels like a vacation.
Yeah. And that doesn't necessarily mean though, like, you know, taking LSD might make you feel good, right? Probably not the right path that you need to be on though.
That's a weird one, man. I personally choose the path with no plant medicine, no psilocybin, no ayahuasca, no LSD, no acid, to see what I can do with just my breathing, my calm mind. But I see lots of studies where people have a big connection with consciousness during those trips, and after the trip, their lives are forever changed.
Okay. Let me. That's fine. If that's too controversial, don't go to fucking Golden Corral and eat 15 plates because it makes you feel better when your belly's full.
Oh, so that's different. If we're trying to numb our bad feelings with the drugs,
Okay.
that's
That's
different. Yes.
if
Yeah, dude, 100% agree with you. I've
you,
done that. It does not work. That is a temporary fix with a hard fall.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we've all done it. So, and you can take that into any part of your life. Maybe it's not a great idea to drive 150 miles an hour down the interstate, right? It feels good. It's fun. You get your adrenaline running. Your palms get kind of sweaty. Not a great idea though. You know, temporary relief, but it could have a very bad stop to it.
Yeah, dude, and we know intuitively it's not a good idea, but sometimes we do it anyway because our free will. I mean, that's the thing. We have the gift of free will.
Yeah,
In this human body, in this mind, we can override soul every time.
and that's the gift. That's the challenge of life right there. You know.
Aligning the mind with the soul.
Yeah, yeah, and if you can do that, you'll be successful in every way imaginable.
Dude, that is soul flow alignment.
There you go. Sure enough.
And
Yeah.
you know what? I remember one of our first talks, and you brought up the third eye a lot, and I was excited to share this little graphic I made. Let's see. Yep, here we go. So 9 energy centers. These are 9 energy centers where we get non-physical intelligence and information. And sure enough, one of them is at the forehead, third eye. And that's going to help us for inner guidance, insight, intuition, vision to what's happening. Like, this is an actual energy processing center that processes non-physical energy, called quantum, called spiritual, called God, and allows us to take that in and utilize it. Now, this one right here is above the head. This is lets you get in connection with higher intelligence, higher than your soul. The crown, that's like top of your head. That's a peace and presence, surrender, just let go and let God. But right here, this third eye, this is the vision and inner guidance. And there's sounds we can make with our own voice. It works best with our own voice that help align with that vibration. It's really amazing that all the problems we have, and if I were to dig in more, I could tell you like parts of our organs. if there's issues with it, like if you get cancer in your intestines, it's because you stuff down a lot of stress and pretend like everything's okay when it's not. Like there's all kinds of things, but it makes a lot of sense that your heart is where your love and sense of worthiness comes from, and then your gut is where your purposeful power and decision making. Like your heart and gut and they are always communicating with your brain. Like your heart talks to your brain more than your brain talks to your heart. Lots of information is coming in there as far as what you're moving towards. But this is all science now. Like there's no woo-hoo about it, or woo-woo, or woo-hoo, or whatever. There's no like this mystical, what does this all mean? No, there's all energy. And when we open up these energy centers, we're in soul flow alignment.
Yeah. Yeah. And this would be a never-ending quest.
It is.
Yeah, this is a never-ending quest because it's changing. If you're in SoFlo like you're talking about, you're gonna constantly be changing.
Dude, I have a saying. I say every day is a new awakening, because when I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna have a higher level of consciousness and soul expansion than I have today, and I'm gonna view things slightly different than I did the day before. You're 100% right, man. We are continuously expanding. Our soul doesn't really evolve. It's great the way it is, but our bodies and our minds are sort of trying to catch up with the soul so it can expand and express it.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I guess to get in with the soul, then that's where you start taking a different outlook on your daily life, what's going on, being stressed out, and you just relax and be like, hey, it's all right, I used to get stressed out. Oh, I'm not going somewhere fast enough. There's a fucking traffic jam, you know, or and now I say, if there's a wreck in front of me, I hope everybody's all right. I'm just glad I'm just sitting here. Y'all take all the time you need. You know, I'm right where I'm supposed to be now. I'm glad I wasn't 5 minutes ahead, or I might have been involved in that. Good thing I'm running 10 minutes behind. You know, does that make sense?
100%.
So it's a matter of just relaxing a little bit and saying, yeah, it's okay, letting it flow. I like it. I like your soul flow.
I call it allowing them. Yes, saying yes and to the present moment. Yes and.
I
So
think. Oh, go ahead.
there's a big traffic jam. You say, yes, there's a big traffic jam. Yes, I'm going to go very slow for a while. And I hope the people ahead of me are okay. And yeah, I'm grateful I'm not in it. And I am happy that I have music to listen to. It's like yes ands. Just say a full yes to the present moment, whatever it holds, and what else you can appreciate.
Yeah. And
Dude, you're in soul flow.
The flow of life. Life is fucking easy.
Yeah. It's happening for you and not against you.
Yeah, and then where the problems come is when you try to force things the way you think you want them.
Dude, you just summarized this whole book by Dr. David Hawkins, where he talks about the levels of consciousness. It's called Power versus Force. It's like, power is in the flow. This is authentic power in the flow. The soul flow power. Force is when we're using our ego, our will. Like we use our free will, we misuse it by trying to force things into place. And sometimes it works and we get the result we want, but at what cost? At what cost to our stress? What cost to others? Usually there's some lying, cheating, and stealing that go along in that. So you're sacrificing your integrity. But when you flow and wait, you're a bit more patient. When you go into action, the actions, it's like 5 hours just passed. Really? I've had that happen several times now. Oh my God, it's almost time. If I don't go to the gym now, I'm not going to have time because I'm meeting with Josh at 5:30 because I was just so into what I was doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got that done, but wouldn't it be cool if I put that there? Or, oh my gosh, what if I put a video there? Oh, it'll take a while to make the video. Oh, but okay, it'll take a while. Let's make the video. And I just kept doing it, you know? And it was like, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, and so maybe the happiness to life is really, or being wealthy, is just really learning to flow.
Soul flow.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. You know, maybe you don't need $10 million in the bank if you're willing to flow with it and have a very enjoyable life.
But
And
if you talk to Sally Mae, I shouldn't use her because she's the lone person. You talk to Betty Sue, if you talk to Josh, no, if you talk to Henry has tried 3 businesses, maxed out all of his credit cards, doesn't have any resources yet, has to be super resourceful, and you tell him, hey, you are successful, buddy, the moment you get in soul flow. He's gonna say, yeah, whatever. I need some money in my bank account. I need to pay the rent. I need to pay the bills.
then he's
And
not,
that
because I would tell that guy, I would tell Henry, like, look, bro, you failed. Let's just, it is what it is. You failed on 3 different separate businesses, right? But the education that you must have gotten from that, what did you do wrong to see? I bet that your next one is gonna freaking knock. You're gonna knock it out of the park. As long as you don't make those same mistakes. As long as you don't push it. I don't know what you got to do. I don't know what your business is, but I would say it's gonna be so easy for you to do that 4th one.
as long as you use your wisdom, which is experience gained from knowledge gained from experience.
Which is way better than any university that you could buy.
100%. Everything I utilize today was not from college. Even getting my metaphysics degree, the part I learned from is writing the thesis and writing the dissertation. Everything else was just same stuff everyone else is saying in different words. And the
Yeah.
stuff I learned in college is pretty much outdated.
So yeah, I like your SoFlo, but yeah, that's what I would tell the guy that's on his last leg, max out on his credit cards, be like, okay, well, take your knowledge and your experience from the flow of your life, like, and let's put that into an I what you know, and then let's make a plan and move forward. Because you got it, you've got the idea. Just because you failed 3 times doesn't that's not the end.
Yeah, and I would say, hey, we need to make some money. First things first, let's find out what your soul has been telling you this whole time. And you're going to talk to your heart. You're going to quiet your mind, sit down 3 days in a row, breathe, relax your mind, and say, heart, what is my soul desire? And ignore the mind. Your mind might say, finish what you started, finish that thing you were already doing, just try to do what you did before and do it again. Just ignore that and wait and write down whatever comes up, whatever comes up. And when you find your soul, your desire, it doesn't necessarily mean it's your end of the road purpose. It means it's the next step for you.
There you go. I like that.
It's going to feel good. It's going to feel uncomfortable. But the moment you start putting attention and awareness to that, it's going to be a whole different pathway. And
Yeah.
when you start with soul desire, the business will be successful unless you quit.
Yeah. And then once you have your mind open to start looking at the ways to go in the right way and you're feeling it along the way, you're going to meet somebody, or right, another door is going to open, and it might change your direction a little bit but you got to be conscious enough to say, oh, I hadn't thought of that, that's a great idea. And then maybe it turns a little bit, and then you go down that way, and then you're going to meet somebody else, and another door is going to open, and then before you know it, you're going to be on that path.
100%. And if you can stay in a emotional state of appreciation during every step of this, faith and appreciation, faith that the universe has got your back and that what you need will be there when you need it, and appreciation for every little bump in the road, every little success, every little chance of meeting, every little learning opportunity. But saying, allowing it with appreciation instead of judgment, self doubt, it's not good enough. I have an example. Yesterday, I enrolled someone, and the cost for the program is thousands and thousands of dollars. He said yes, he wants to do it, but he doesn't have thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay. The decision has been made, and once you make the decision, things start aligning. Let's figure out a pathway where you can start with less and make payments as you go, and the payments will get bigger as you make more money. Because your present self is based on all your past beliefs and energy. So there's a reason you don't have very much money right now. But that's why we're talking, to shift that energy into your future present self, which does have all the resources you need as your soul expands. Well, he wound up signing up, but he only put down $200. Now, just true, I understand this stuff, but I don't embody it flawlessly, just so you know. For about 4 hours, I felt meh. I didn't feel appreciation. I felt meh. Because it was such a small deposit. And usually the more people pay, the more they pay attention. Plus, I love money and money loves me. So the more I attract and circulate, the better. But I was doing it wrong. Right away, appreciating that we're on that call, appreciating that he's made the decision, appreciating that I get to help someone along their way. And the sooner I got into appreciation, not only does appreciation feel a lot better than judging, but now the universe has got my back again. The universe can't have our back if we're feeling negative emotions. Can't. It's impossible. We can't access those. If our nervous system is in fight or flight, grief or loss, pain or shame, blame, or any of those negative feelings, we're not accessing what the universe has for us.
Yeah, so that goes to that. You had to make a conscious decision to change your brain waves to go into that other one.
Yeah.
Like what we said minutes ago.
You're 100% right. And then another one where I had to make a conscious decision using free will not to beat myself up for ever diverting from appreciation in the first place. Because I did. Dude, you know better. What the heck are you doing?
Right?
I'm like, are you an idiot? Oh.
Yeah.
I caught you, ogre. Let's
Yeah,
dance.
but you caught yourself. That's what I'm saying. You caught that point where you noticed it, and then the more you're conscious and the more you're aware about these ideas and these weird things that we talk about, and the more you're aware of those, the faster you catch it. You didn't stay in that for 4 days or 4 weeks and get down and depressed about it. You're like, oh, hey, dumbass, get out of it and let's move on and go forward.
Josh, you just nailed the word that is the first A. I call it the 6 straight A system for soul flow alignment or abundancing or for being joyful. Number 1 is always awareness.
Yeah.
Next is appreciation. Staying in a state of appreciation. And you don't have to do these in order, except awareness is the key. Awareness is the one you cannot do without. Appreciation keeps you aligned with that frequency of God source light. But then alignment before action. Before you take action, align. Be in alignment with soul flow. Be in alignment with your purpose, your values, your integrity. Be in alignment with your source identity. And then take action. And after you start taking action, direct attention. Keep your attention on the action you decided to take, and then allow whatever happens, happens. Yes, and that's the key. That is the key to win in anything in life: relationships, health, jobs. Like, I have no money. I have no idea. Do have money still. I have no money shortage actually, even though I was removed from my sales job and I don't expect any money issues. In fact, I am curious how much money I will make from this and circulate before I go to the next part of my sole purpose. And it has everything to do with getting this information in front of kids without making it for kids. Like, imagine if kids learned this system of soul flow alignment, of consciousness, of, hey, you get to choose what you direct attention to. You don't have to do what the schools tell you. And you're not what your parents told you. This stuff they're telling you about money doesn't grow on trees and we're not made of money and you have to work your ass off to make money and all these things, or you're not good enough. We're not good enough. Guess what? They're just programs and stories that your parents got passed to them, and you get to choose your own truth. And there's a higher truth waiting for you, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Become
Yeah.
aware.
You'll never get to put it into public schools, so that won't happen.
But if we don't call it God, we don't call it soul, we just call it awareness. We
Well,
call it alignment. We
but
call it appreciation.
I agree with you 100%. But the people that have this and that follow this and that do this, uh, it's not taught. You know, they
No,
don't want everybody to know about it. You know, it's their little secret. It's that club. Like, you know,
this is the hermetic principles. This is the secret of the wealthy that they teach their kids that
yeah,
we're just now getting gist of in this really obscure roundabout way, that it's really about being aware of what you desire and focusing your attention on that and not believing any of the noise everyone else is talking about.
100%. You know, there is plenty of wealth and happiness and everything to go all the way around the world. We can all share it. It's there. It's not that the wealthy didn't tie it all up. You know, so yeah, we all have the opportunity to have an abundance that more than we can even dream of. You know, it is out there. So
Dude, you didn't even go to get your doctorate in metaphysics, but you are saying these universal laws like they've been, they're just right there. Like, and it just proves it. The universal laws of metaphysics, we all know them. We're just remembering them. You're talking about the law of infinite supply, law of abundance. You talked earlier about the law of polarity. Earlier, you talked about the law of contrast. I mean, it's like we were remembering what we forgot.
yeah, and the truth is, I don't even know how I know this stuff.
Because you're remembering what you've always known, and now you're letting it be articulated. And maybe you've been doing this your whole life. I've only known you for a while, but
No, I'm now
the,
talking because I was ashamed to
mm,
to talk about this with people because it's so like, oh, like, you know, it's some weird hippie shit or whatever. Like, who believes this crap? You know, supposed to just go to church and pray about it. No, there's more to it.
yeah, dude, the shame. I think I was scared that it wouldn't make money, and that's why I tried hormone weight loss. I tried a SaaS company online. I knew I wanted to help people online so I could make videos like this all day long, but and that way it can impact other people, even though we only have 2 viewers. Maybe we need to step up our game, Josh, so we get more viewers. Like us on YouTube, by the way. Just look for True Freedom. We're there. And there's Purpose Agenda with Josh and Tom. But here's the thing, is like, this feels so natural and flowy to me. It does not feel like work. Training clients at the gym felt like work. Telling people what their meal plans were and keeping them accountable to following it felt like work. Telling people that they need to do this in order to make this happen again and again and again, even though they already know it, felt like work. But talking about these things out loud that are true for every human on the planet doesn't feel like work.
Yeah, no, I've been looking forward to this all week.
But shame, dude. Shame has effed me up many a time too. And just being our true selves, remembering our soul desire, our soul values, our soul connection, and living that way. Like, we're scared because we'll be shamed, and we have shame because in the past maybe someone said, dude, get away, go somewhere else with all that hippie woohoo magic. Or people say it's evil. If you don't believe in something, if you believe in anything besides their type of God, they say, oh dude, you're going to hell.
Yeah, get that witchcraft away from me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, so yeah, and then we shouldn't feel that way. So you got to open up and be like, you know, I don't care. I'm following my path, or like you said, your soul flow.
Hey,
Good
I
word.
invite you to make it a household word. Soul flow alignment. Soul flow.
Yeah, yeah. So you
I'm a
know,
soul flow I'm Dr. Tom Having, and soul flow metaphysics is my specialty.
yeah. I'm just Josh, but yeah.
I'm Joshing. You know what? That's why I'm Dr. Tom. I'm just Tom.
Yeah.
The doctor does make me feel kind of like more important, but then right away I realized, dude, that's just your ego. People are gonna like you because it feels true, not because of the doctor.
That's cool. You got it. That's awesome. You
Well,
know.
here's what's also cool. If I have a talk with a religious fanatic and they say, "Oh, that's black magic," or "That's magic," "That's witchcraft," "You're going to hell," I said, "Dude, it's actually quantum entanglement and quantum duality that I'm talking about, and this is science proven in laboratories with atoms, photons, and quanta that exist in every cell of our body." So it's like saying that the gravity that we can't see pulling this down is witchcraft. No,
Yeah.
it's a electromagnetic force that work on objects in space and time. It's physics.
Yeah.
Metaphysics is deeper because it starts addressing things at a subatomic level.
100%. You know. So don't. I guess the deal is they normal people that don't understand this, that don't study it, that aren't trying to grow, are automatically going to be, oh, don't do that. It's witchcraft. It's bad. You know, bad juju there, because they're not growing, and we shouldn't hold ourselves down or not go down our path or not grow because we're afraid of what other people think about us. We got to go and follow our path.
I agree, dude, and that's being your true self. And I want to talk. Oh, we don't have next time we meet. And thank you for our 2 viewers. Our record is 3. We're shooting for 10 next time. But hey, 2 live is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the difference between our soul essence, our true self, our ego, our personality, the layers. Oh, 3 viewers. We're getting up there.
Excited.
3 live viewers. Thank you, viewers. It means a lot to Josh and I. And if you ask the question, we definitely answer it. However, I want to talk about the difference between our personality, our ego, our intention, our soul essence, and how they all go together. Because at the end of the day, our mind runs the show in this physical world. If we choose to let our mind align, that's aligned mind. Aligned mind. If we have a soul flow aligned mind, then we're going to run a pretty good race on this earth course.
Yeah, and it's our mind that actually moves faster than the earth, that can go through time and space, that can align the things up to put it in our physical path.
Dude, you're 100% right. And what you just talked about is called the power of imagination, creative mind, creative creation with imagination, creative imagination. Because people say, I don't have a very active imagination. I can't really visualize them. Yes, you do. Whenever you worry about anything that hasn't happened yet, and you worry about being late, you worry about not paying your bills, you worry about the girl or the guy not liking you, you worry about something, that's using imagination. But you're misusing it. You're using it for what you don't want. And people can do that really easily. But ask them to use imagination for what they do want, whether it's wealth, prosperity, health, love, joy. But that's how we create our future present self, is by feeling that way already, thinking that way already, acting that way already, believing that way already. And next thing you know, our physical environment matches. It's a universal law.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yep. That's 100%. And that's another thing. Just like going to the gym and bench pressing, the more you use it, the stronger it becomes.
Yes.
Somebody says I can't. Well, that's fine. Just start with something small. Just imagine you're gonna eat dinner tonight. I bet that happens at some point. And yeah, you could start so small.
I'm going to do this at the end of every call for our next 4 calls, because I want to teach people how easy it is to be aware of consciousness. Okay. So I'm going to ask you a question. Are you enjoying this conversation?
100%.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask that again, but don't answer me. Don't say anything until I put my hand down. Okay?
All right.
Don't say anything until I put my hand down. Are you enjoying this conversation?
Yes.
Okay. The words I use to ask the question are thoughts. The words you used to answer the question are thoughts. That space in between, that's consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the silent space, because you probably didn't think about the pigs or everything else you're going to do in your world. You were just waiting for the hand to go down. And so your attention was still on that. And maybe you thought, when's he going to put his hand down? But the space in between thoughts, that's where consciousness is. That's where we connect with it.
I got you. That makes sense. I hadn't thought about it that way, but yeah.
I was excited to show. See what happens when I'm not doing the full-time sales job? I have time to direct attention to this. And so I have cool ways to bring about it. And my brain feels good too. Josh, thank you. I love you, man. And by the way, if I say that to people, that freaks them out almost more than it did you the first time I said it to you. And it's like, and I'm scared to say it because it's going to freak them out, but it's true. I'm sending you love right now. And it's absolutely a wonderful energy to share, but I will keep doing it because it's true and it's truly me. Isn't that? Yeah, but I get it, man. It's like, sometimes it's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say with this person. Thank you. I love you. But I just keep doing it. And it's like a muscle. I keep practicing it.
Well, I love you too now. See? Before I wouldn't say that. So
we're leveling up our light together.
There you go. Yep. All right, guys. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Josh. Appreciate everyone that watches this live and watches recording. And
any questions, let us know. Please, we'd love to talk to anybody.
I'll upload this to the YouTube page. And Josh, any parting words of wisdom?
Be conscious and aware of your mind and your surroundings.
Agreed. And what Josh is saying is, be in soul flow alignment.
That's it.
All right. Till next time. Thank you all. I love you. Josh, thank you. I love you. And we'll see you again next time.
Sounds good.
And